MMA Boxing Talk here. I just wanted to talk about 2016 Knockout of the Year. Um, Personally, I thought that at UFC 206, Lando Vannata had the Knockout of the Year against John Makdessi. What an amazing spinning heel kick. Unbelievable, perfectly timed, perfectly placed. Just sensational, had the technique, had it just Makdessi was out the moment that heel hit his chin. Great knockout. Definitely, in my opinion, the knockout of the year. And like I said, this came late in the year, December 10th. But there was a lot of good knockouts this year. And but I think that one stands out the most. That was the most technical. That was like a similar to an Edson Barbosa. But when Edson Barbosa hit Terry Edom, it kind of grazed his forehead. This one was flush right on the chin. Unbelievable. But other notable mentions would be on the same card. We had Cowboy Cerrone versus Matt Brown. What a beautiful shin to chin on Matt Brown. I mean, Donald Cerrone, beautiful knockout. He's had a tremendous year at moving up to 170, going undefeated, knocking out everyone. Also, you can't forget Rumble Johnson when he knocked out Glover Teixeira in August. Excuse me. That was a tremendous uppercut, one punch uppercut. Teixeira's tooth went flying to the rafters. Dan Henderson, we can't forget his wicked back elbow of Hector Lombard. He just went for a kick, and Lombard caught it. They were close to each other, and on one leg, Henderson was hopping on one leg and just uncorked a wicked backhand elbow right to the temple. Hector Lombard was out cold. Also, Ryan Bader had a beautifully timed knee against Yuri Latifi. That was phenomenal. Bader not a finisher, definitely a decision guy, and he really timed that knee. Spectacular knockout. That was a tough one to watch. Latifi was definitely sore for days after that. And Stipe Miocic, to win the title, a beautiful one-punch knockout over Werdum, going backwards. He used Werdum's force. Werdum was pressing forward very recklessly, and he just walked right into Stipe's beautiful shot, right to the chin, and just dropped him. Werdum went down like a sack of potatoes. Stipe to win the title is an upset. I picked Stipe to win by knockout, but I thought it would come later. And we can't forget Yoel Romero's flying knee on Chris Weidman at UFC 205 November at MSG. That was a sensational knockout. But yeah, if you notice, all these were actual knockouts, not TKOs. Despite a lot of TKOs are, they're pretty well out of it, and then the ground and pound at the end is pretty well pointless. The guy was pretty well out. These were literally knocked out conscious, knocked out cold. Unbelievable. Oh, and I can't forget as well, Yair Rodriguez versus Andre Fili, the switch kick, shin to the chin. Unbelievable. That was a really nice one. But I mean, those are a lot of good ones, and you can make a case for any of them. But I think Lando Vannata over John Makdessi was the most sensational knockout of the year. But so many good ones. I mean, shit. Unbelievable. Great year. Tremendous year in the UFC. The best financial year in the UFC. The biggest events the UFC's ever had. We had some big events. We had Conor Nate 1 at UFC 196. We had UFC 202, the rematch with Conor and Nate. We also had UFC 200, despite it being a bust. Well, everyone was still excited going into that fight, starting to watch that card. Everyone was excited, even though John Jones wasn't on that card or Conor. People were still excited. We had some big names on that card. It was a big event, regardless. And also, we can't forget MSG. And the end of the year 207 card was awesome. We got our money's worth at least. Sucks for the Ronda fans, but and 206 was a crazy card. Even UFC 204 was like I think every single one of the fights finished in knockout except for one or something like that. That was in London. UFC 204, Bisping, Henderson. Just some great cards this year. The sport's on a whole nother level. Can't wait for 2017. I think the first quarter of 2017 is going to be slow, but once we get halfway through 2017, it's really going to start to pick up when hopefully Connor comes back, John Jones returns. Um, yeah, a lot of big fights to talk about and look forward to. But that's it for this one. If you like the video, subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and let me know who you guys had for your KO of the year. That's it for this one. Peace.